If you would have stuck to the winners this year, you would have made a lot of money. The Magnificent Seven stocks, the seven biggest stocks in the S&P, have record gains in 2023. And I'd like to cover those in this video. My name is Victor. I have an MBA, a lot of business experience, and I like to share videos on YouTube. Do me a big favor and subscribe to my channel and like this video. It really helped me out a lot. Now let me get into the Magnificent Seven. Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft. Those are the seven stocks that are the biggest stocks in the S&P, and they are leading the market higher. These stocks have been driving upward, and it really has driven the S&P index much higher. It's somewhat left smaller stocks behind, and you would think that, whoa, I might want to go into those smaller stocks, which isn't a bad idea. I'm just looking at the data and saying smaller stocks have not kept up with these giants that have really just accumulated high market caps. Let me tell you more. So the Magnificent Seven only make up less than 2% of the total 500 stocks in the S&P index. The S&P index as a whole is worth $37.8 trillion. If you bought all the companies, all 500 in the S&P, but these seven stocks make up $11.48 trillion, or 30% of that S&P index. So as they move, the index moves. And of course, these are the most popular stocks. We're talking about Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, Alphabet, Meta, and Microsoft. These stocks get the most headlines, they get the most attentions, deservingly. They've had great returns this year. Number one is Nvidia, up 227%, and it has a market cap of $1.15 trillion. Meta is in second place at 161%. It is closing in on a $1 trillion valuation. So these stocks are just incredibly valuable. These are great companies that have great businesses that are very valuable. So as an investor, you need to really track these stocks as they will affect your portfolio. You may be an owner of a few of these, if not all of them. Congratulations if you were smart enough to buy all of them. But these stocks will affect your portfolio, and it's smart to look at these stocks and look for opportunities to buy into these stocks because they will be anchors in your portfolio. So I was able to graph the top 5 stocks, the ones with the biggest gains. And you can see that Nvidia just really takes the cake, I guess, or takes first place. Their stock rise was incredible. They pretty much tripled in value in the last 7 months. That's pretty incredible. And they are leading the Magnificent Seven in total overall returns. If you look at Meta, it's done really well, up 161%, real good return year to date. And then in third place, Tesla. Tesla's just been operating so well. And it is quite incredible that a car company that is doing this well, they are dominating the EV space, but it's awesome to see that Tesla is performing really well. They deserve it. They're an innovator. It's a great company. So just a quick reminder, we're in a bull market. It's a really good year to trade. It's fun. Stocks are going up. The S&P year to date, as of Friday's close, it's up 19.82%. If I annualize that number, we get to 34%. And in the last 20 years, there's only been 1 year when the S&P index went up higher than 34%. So just a reminder that chances are in the second half of 2023, we're either going to see stocks remain flat, or there's a higher likelihood that stocks will go down versus them going up. It's just the law of averages. Over the last 20 years, again, only 1 year was better than the year we're currently on. So are we going to beat that 1 year? Maybe. It'd be unlikely. I don't think we have the economic thrust behind us to do so, but we'll see. So what's going to keep the Magnificent Seven just rolling up? First, earnings reports have to continue to be good. They've been good so far. Meta really, set the bar. Alphabet came out with a really good earnings report. I thought Microsoft also had a really good report, but we have Apple coming up. Tesla, Nvidia, and those need to be good. FOMO continues. I think people tend to invest, some people, and I would say these are follower investors, invest by looking at their rear view mirror. They look at their returns and they go, whoa, look at that. You know, the returns were good. I'm going to put more money in. I'm going to put more money in. And you know what? That might work, but it's not my style. And fear of missing out is you see that, hey, Nvidia did so well, man. I'm going to buy more. I'm going to buy some Nvidia and participate in that great return, or Meta, right? Or in Tesla. So that fear of missing out drives more investment into those stocks. So if that continues, the market will go up. The AI business models need to be defined. AI is something that's going to really be valuable in the future. But right now, I don't see business models where a company can come out there and say, hey, we're going to make money from AI in this way. And we actually are beginning to show results. So that's going to be, a really important factor. If you do have some AI business models coming out here in the second half of 2023, some real ones, look out. I think it's just going to keep driving the market higher for these 7 stocks. Things that could bring down the market or the values for these 7 stocks is earnings reports out of Apple, Tesla, Nvidia are not as good. Institutional investors begin to sell off their positions in these 7 stocks. These are 7 massive companies. These institutional investors are really smart. If their money starts leaving these stocks, that's big money leaving these stocks. Higher interest rates are pulling money away from the stock market. You can earn 10% on your money if you go into a reasonable risk bond right now. That's competition against let's say an Nvidia that's up, 228%. You might want to take some of your profits and put them into bonds. Opportunities exist in these stocks, and let me show a couple of examples. First, Tesla. Tesla's doing great, and they're up, 146% year to date. But just this over the last month, the stock was down 12.8%, and then it had a really good week last week. So you can see how there's pullbacks where you can enter a position into this really good stock. Meta also provided a great opportunity for investors that really had internal fortitude, guts. In 2022, the stock was down 288%. It seemed like Meta couldn't do anything right. And every time, the news could badmouth them, they would. Now, investors that were willing to put money into Meta less than a year ago would have been rewarded with a 259% return. So that's, tracking these stocks is really important, because if you catch them at a low point, you could really be rewarded, and you're buying into a really valuable company that has a bright future, a long, bright future like Meta. So tracking these 7 stocks is incredibly important for your portfolio. If anything, just to know where the market's going, but hopefully you can invest and buy into some of these really valuable companies, put them in your portfolio so you can anchor your portfolio with these really good companies. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor and like my video. Consider subscribing to my channel. That'd be really helpful to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and good luck investing in 2023.